Good morning, guys. Hope everybody's having a good week, and we're hopefully everybody was able to finish the test on time. And let's see, turn in the study guide. Just a couple things before we get into Silk Road's assignment. As you can tell, I'm pretty busy right now with everything at home. Baby's healthy, mom's healthy, I'm healthy. So everything's perfect. However, with a 2-year-old and a newborn, it's going to be pretty hard for me to sit down and really put some elbow grease into our grading this week. So I'll be doing my best, but at this point, I don't know if I'll have an accurate grade for you here by the end of. In fact, I know I won't have an accurate grade for you by the end of this week. So please be patient on that. I'm hoping to maybe have all of our study guides put in by the end of this week or over the weekend. That's pretty optimistic at this point, but that's probably the absolute best I'm going to be able to do this week. So it sounds like next week, if you've heard the announcements, next week's going to be called Wellness Week, where it's a chance for for everyone to get caught up and for everyone to right some wrongs that might be going on right now at this point in time with our situation on NTI. So be on the lookout for that. All right, and then that'll be a chance for anybody to meet with me one-on-one that's struggling with the work at this point in time. So hang on just a second. What's up? Yeah. So all right, hang on. I'll be right back, guys. And very 2020 right here, but special treat for you guys. This is Ava. Say hi. You say hi. Hey, Daddy's working. You get to see Daddy work. All right. So let's carry on. Let's go ahead and a little bit more on next week. Make sure your parents and your older brothers and siblings are going to vote. Okay. If I tell you what, I'm not big on extra credit, but I will offer this. If you go and help campaign, if you can get hooked up with any of the local campaigns, gosh, I don't even know who to talk to about that. Maybe Mr. Gutman, maybe Miss Niehoff. If you want to help out with any of the local campaigns and you can provide proof that you did that, that's going to be, I'll even have that replace a 0. How's that sound? That's a pretty sweet deal? Okay. So that's my deal there. It's one of the few extra credit assignments I'll ever give an AP. So cash in on it if you can. All right. Great experience working on campaigns. I did that when I was in college, and in fact, I did it last year during Governor Beshear's election. So fun opportunity, great way to meet new people, great way to learn how to communicate with new people. Just a great experience. I highly recommend it. So. Okay, I don't think I have anything else I need to cover, but let's go ahead and get into our Silk Roads assignment, okay? So at the beginning of the assignment, which by the way, this is going to be due on Friday night at midnight, at the beginning of the assignment, you see a map. It's not my favorite map, but it's probably also the most simplistic one for you. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. You see a lot of, it's to me, it looks like almost like a train route or train tracks. Going through all of Asia into Eastern Europe, right? Goes as far south as India. I'm not surprised. It doesn't go any further south than northern India. And remember, that's a huge mountain chain called the Himalayas that are right there. So maybe that's one reason why the Silk Roads didn't go any further south. All right. So let's scroll down to. Let's talk about the Silk Roads. I don't really want to go down word for word or answer for answer on this. A couple things to look out for. Religion on the Silk Roads. You need one thing to keep an eye on, and you'll need to do this as you read through the textbook pages 108 through 114. Is that focus on how religion changed as it moved from, as it originated in one part of Asia and moved to another part because of the Silk Roads. All right, there's some changes. Buddhism did that, and Hinduism did that. So keep your eye on that. As far as how those religions were treated in other countries, keep your eye on that. All right. So looking at number one, and think about why the Silk Roads were important, right? Especially maybe from a geography perspective. If you're an empire, if you're building an empire, if you're the Song dynasty, why are the Silk Roads important to your dynasty, to your empire? All right. Looking at, so that's number one. Number two, list the 4 cities on the map that became major trade distribution centers. In other words, you'll want to check that answer will present itself in the textbook, probably about page 108 or 109, I believe. So you'll want to look for that. Characteristics of the Silk Roads. You're basically, these are kind of almost like the guided notes portion of our assignment. All right. People that, be on the lookout for people. What types of people traded along the Silk Roads? What ideas, and when I talk about ideas, maybe I will go ahead and count religion. I'll count technology. All right, those 2 things can count as ideas. What goods were traded along the Silk Roads? We should know this one by now. If not, look back to Unit 1 when we talked about the Silk Roads and more specifically the Song Dynasty. Okay? I have bored Ava to sleep. So she's got a rude awakening having a dad as a history teacher. So, all right. What technology was developed along the Silk Roads? There's a couple of examples in the book you'll want to look at. I'll give you a hint. One of them has to do with riding camels. All right, or camel transportation, however you want to word it. And then here's an important one: the impact on the cultures of Europe and Asia. How did the Silk Roads play a role in all that? Okay. Number 4, why was it important for expensive items to be traded along the Silk Roads? That's really no different than why is it important to have expensive items sold at the mall? Why are things so expensive at the mall? That's something to think about. And that's and that question's been around for thousands of years, and it's the same. It's the same idea. Think about the connection between production costs and expensive items. What's the connection? What's the relationship between the two? Between production costs of an item and its expensive price. Okay, number 5, looking at map 3.1 in the textbook, that should be right around page 111, I think. I could be wrong about that. What geographic or environmental obstacles did the Silk Roads present to travelers? I just mentioned with northern India, what's right there in northern India that didn't allow the Silk Roads to travel or to extend any further south. Be on the lookout for that. Number 6, compare and contrast how silk was used in the following areas. A nice comparison here. I will tell you something to look out for here in all this. How did silk represent wealth and being elite? All right, no different than how clothes today or even shoes today might represent being elite or wealthy. All right. What role did silk play in religion? That's interesting. Number 8, what was the closest thing we saw to a credit card along the Silk Roads? This one's going to take some intensive reading and a little bit of research into those textbook pages. Okay, that's should be right around page 112, I believe. The closest thing we see to a credit card along the Silk Roads. Read carefully on that. All right. All right. How were economics and religion treated or related on the Silk Roads? Well, think about it this way. How are economics and religion related today? How did the Buddhists use the Silk Roads? How did the Hindus use the Silk Roads? How did the Muslims use the Silk Roads? Something to think about. Number 10, list 3 ways in which Buddhism changed from India to China. That's, again, something to look out for in terms of how religion changed, okay? Is Ava waking up? Are you waking up, little girl? All right. Number 11, we're almost done. Number 11, what role did Buddhism play in the spread of Chinese culture into Japan, Korea, and Vietnam? That's a very important question. That is going to be, there's a good chance that's going to be covered on the AP exam. So be on the lookout for that. How did Chinese culture spread into Japan, Korea, and Vietnam? And what role did Buddhism play? Number 12, list 2 examples of how Buddhists were discriminated against in China. That'll be in the reading for sure. Just read along, guys. All right. Document 2. These are things that aren't in the textbook, I don't think. I don't know. They're not. You're reading some passages very similar to what you might see on a test or a quiz. Okay. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I believe that you might see this question on a quiz on number 13. Describe the importance of the Silk Road for religion in Asia. That's a pretty broad question. Read that passage and take what you can from that passage and apply it to your answer. All right, now we've got a couple of a DBQ. 14, the activity depicted in image 2 best illustrates which of the following characteristics of China's economy before 1550. These are people, I would look out for maybe some cultural clues into this image. I would pick out some technology clues in this image and take that and run, okay? The activity depicted in image 2 best illustrates which of the following characteristics of China's economy before 1450. And I think if you focus on those two things, technology and culture, you're going to come to your answer pretty quick. And then number 15, explain how the Silk Road facilitated the spread of trade and promoted cultural diffusion. Use at least 2 documents to support your answer. You can pick 2 documents from this assignment, okay? And that should be pretty easy for you. So, all right. I don't know how much access I'm going to have to my email today or over the next couple days or onto Google Classroom. So if you have any questions, I'll do my best, but I've given you plenty of resources. You've got this video, you've got the 2 videos that I posted on Google Classroom, you've got the textbook pages. Those should all be plenty to help you guide you through this assignment, okay? So during class time today, my opinion, I would go ahead and utilize all the resources first. The videos, one video is like 11 minutes, the other one's 5 minutes. Watch this one, and then do your textbook reading. And then I would if you've already done your textbook reading, awesome. By that point, you should be in position to cruise through this assignment. Okay. So, all right, miss you guys, and I will see you all again next week. All right. Take care, and remember the extra credit assignment. See you guys. Oh, there's Ava. Say bye-bye.